I'm going to demonstrate today the birth ball exercises that I did, especially in my second pregnancy at almost 40, to try to get the baby out as soon as possible in order to avoid induction, because I really wanted to have a natural birth and go into labor naturally. And I did. And I think that the birth ball exercises that I did helped kickstart labor. I didn't really want to overcomplicate it because I didn't really have enough time to do a lot of these exercises. So I did only 3 exercises, around 5-10 minutes maximum per day. I try to fit these exercises whenever I could, especially early morning before my toddler woke up, during meetings, when I was working from home. Whenever I had a meeting that was more relaxed, more chatty, I was just sitting on the ball and doing my exercises. So indeed, sometimes it's more difficult to fit in these exercises if you have a busy life, but where there is a will, there's a way, as I like saying. So you can try to see wherever you can squeeze them in to fit in your schedule. Birth ball exercises help in many ways. They help having more pelvic mobility in order for the baby to have more wiggle room to exit through the birth canal. It helps positioning the baby's head optimally in the pelvis for birth. And also during labor, if labor slows down, it helps progress labor as well, because when you do these movements, it helps with the baby's head massaging the cervix. For the actual ball, I didn't go and buy a specific birth ball. I used my usual exercise ball that I already had at home. But what is important is to have a ball where your legs are at a 90-degree level, so that is not too high or not too low. And also the way you position your legs is not too much in so that they fall outward, and not too much far out so that they fall inward. So just a nice comfortable position, just having in mind that I have quite a good flexibility, and for me it's just very easy to sit like this. First exercise, a warm-up one, just moving laterally from side to side. So just a very good one to stretch a bit these hamstrings. And the way I do it is having my back straight and my pelvis is still tilted backwards. Yeah, so I have a bit of an extension in my back here, and I'm moving from side to side. And obviously birth balls they're so comfortable to sit on during pregnancy, and sometimes I would sit on it during meetings, just because it was much more comfortable than sitting on my chair. The second exercise is a bit more complex and involves hip circles and a lot of pelvic tilts, again to help with the baby's head massaging the cervix. So circle, tilt, backwards as much as possible, then forwards, pelvic tilt, backwards as much as possible, forwards, pelvic tilt, and then around 20-30 on one side, or 2-3 minutes, and then 2-3 minutes on the other side. Let me go on my side as well. Backwards as much as possible, pelvic tilt. Backwards as much as possible, pelvic tilt. And when you're doing this, you want to feel that your abdominal muscles are holding the baby, and they are a bit contracted as well. They are not loose. And number 3 is the figure 8, which is a bit more complex and takes a bit more time to get used to it. But it helps even more so that the baby's head is massaging more the cervix, and you really feel it. I used to really feel a lot of pressure down there in those final weeks. We're starting with a semicircle like a loop on one side, moving forward, and then back on the other side. So a lateral figure eight, if you will. You can do a forward figure eight as well, but I didn't complicate things, so I just did a lateral one only. So again, backwards as much as possible, pelvic tilt. Backwards, loop, pelvic tilt. Backwards, loop, pelvic tilt. Backwards, loop, pelvic tilt. And you feel the hamstrings working. You feel a lot of pressure in the bum as well. So it's a semi good exercise as well for your glutes and hamstrings, because you have to contract the muscles a bit in order to force this movement, which is amazing. Okay, let me demonstrate from one side as well. One side, pelvic tilt, back. Pelvic tilt, pelvic tilt, pelvic tilt. If you cannot get the hang of it, don't worry, just stick to the hip circles and that is fine. If you want to, you can do light bounces as well, just be mindful and don't do very strong ones. I didn't feel that this was particularly helpful for me, so I was just doing the 3 exercises that I showed you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up so that it can reach other moms who may need this sort of content from just a normal person going through pregnancy in advanced maternal age years. I gave birth for the first time at 37 and for the first time now at almost 40. And with my second baby, I had no tearing, although it was a very big baby, 4 kilos. And I didn't have an epidural, and labor lasted only 1 hour. And I did manage to get him out earlier in order to avoid being induced, because the doctor was concerned about his size and the increased risk of shoulder dystocia, of the shoulders being stuck in the birth canal. So I was extremely anxious and I wanted to get the baby out as soon as possible.